Hey guys, hey Rich Nation, AJ Rich here, and welcome back to another ReZero reaction season 2. We are on episode 10. Holy hell, has this season just been epic? Arguably, and you guys let me know your opinion down in the comments down below, but arguably I would say this is better than season 1. This ramp up, like I had my doubts in the very beginning. We had kind of a slower start a little bit, but man, did it freaking ramp up, and it has been so amazing so far. You guys let me know in the comments, what do you think of this season so far? Do you think it's better than season 1? Because this is just, and we're only in the first half. You guys know, if you don't know for some weird reason, we have a second half coming next year. Cross your fingers it doesn't get delayed. But we have a whole second half after this. So this is only the first half of the season, and man, has it been fire. It's been amazing. Oh, I can't wait. Let's just dig into this episode. But if you are new to the channel and you have not subscribed yet for some reason, please subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Hit that notification bell, smash that like button. Also, you can check out my Patreon, patreon.com/ajrich123 if you want to check out the uncut reaction of this episode, of this show in general, or of any of the other shows that I do. I do a bunch of other stuff. We just started 7 Deadly Sins. We do One Piece, Overlord, a bunch of cool stuff on here. So check that out if you haven't. Assassination Classroom as well. And let's go ahead and start. Oh man, shit's going down. What? So it's too late already. As usual, everything's already gone to shit. What a difference him just staying in that tea party makes. And not, you know, waking up Amelia. Oh God. Why is there so many? So, like robotic clones. Ah, okay, so they're gonna be helpful. They're actually gonna help Subaru. This is bad. What can you do with a bunch of pink lollies and a freaking pissed off beast furry? So they're just explosion traps. Holy hell. God. Wow. That's all you have to say? Love trap of goddamn insanity. This is Yandere love. You don't get loved like this. That's like a slap to the face right there. Though Echidna's a good number 3 for me right now. Why? You're making him relive everything? This is death by love. This is not the love I had in mind. How do you beat the love? You can't beat the meat. How do you beat the love? If you can't take the love, go to the next. Is she naked? Holy fuck. It's like she really doesn't want him to suffer. Like, she really doesn't. Holy fuck, what a beginning. You can tell, like, I mean, when you look that close, man, freaking, she really doesn't want her, really doesn't want him to suffer like that, but to that extent, to that, where death is just, you have to pretty much die to fight the love, to beat the love. You are stuck. Subaru, I mean, has any other main character ever suffered as much as Subaru? Can we really say Subaru is, I have to say, he's got to be the most tortured main character. Am I wrong here? Just by the sheer amount of restarts? You guys fight me in the comments on that one. This is what he has to do. So if he takes too long, like talking to a echidna or something, he's screwed. Oh, man. Might on her side, though, it might look like he just... Because he just got done with that trial, right? Like, technically, and the, you know... Or she could look at it like that, too. He's done it a few times, to be fair. Yeah, but that's not how you get to know somebody, though. You have to kind of expose your true feelings sometimes. Oh, man. He's such a wild card. He really is. He can go from that to crazy wanting to kill you. Yeah, like Garfield can get hostile. Seems to be easily. He just needs to stay calm. He's seen so many differences now. He knows mostly what to do. Ah, good strategy. 10 for 1? It's not a bargain. It's a goddamn theft. So is this the original then? And then she's using like soulless clones or whatever from that crystal. Oh. Holy God, there's a lot of them. Copies of... Huh. So they seem, even though they're copies, they seem separate. Yes. That was the assumption I made. It had to be the original. Nothing should be surprising at this point, though. There's no reason to question things. So it's like you could live another life each time. Now that makes sense. So you can just keep extending your life. So that's how she's getting all that information. Which is fortunate, because you can just keep... They won't die like that. That was her specific purpose. If you're just doing something and not really knowing why, you won't feel fulfilled. I would think over time you would start picking that up. Yeah. Oh yeah, her fluids. Her fluids. Wait, so yeah, because he has access and he knew where the copies were. So somehow he's able to do that too. Wow. What the fuck? I mean, you technically are. He's definitely eternally freaking messed with. You're not able to go by a different name, but just the way you act. You can tell by the way she talks, she's different. And some of the other ones he's met. So this time it's going pretty well. But that's usually when things go to shit, so like that. I never thought I'd hear an anime character say super duper. God, I feel like something, I always think every episode something's gonna happen. Though he might not be able to bring anybody doing this, but he'll at least have, you know, somebody there to help him. So he thinks it's gonna, no, he's not gonna be able to do it in this run either. Oh, has he? Well, now we can see where some of his anger is coming from. He wears his feelings on his face. Well, because he can start again, that's why. This is the advantage, getting to know what works with him. It's really hard to trust somebody new. They're a little bit more similar than he thinks. Yeah, I don't think he realizes they can relate a little bit. I guess the only person he can ask for help is Beatrice. We learned about how she would help, or what to say to her for help. So weirdly, with an episode that does not have Echidna in it, we actually learned a lot about Echidna, like an insanely amount about Echidna, with if I'm mispronouncing the word, Ryuzu being an original girl and then being duplicated, but each one having kind of their own personality. They have to wear, you know, they have the same name, but they go and they have different personalities and different just a multitude of different things for them. And I was thinking about it. I had to actually rewatch when it was explaining that just a second ago, because I wanted to make sure I got all the information. It's more of, we know Echidna likes knowledge. She wants to know everything, right? So she is just trying to get all this knowledge. And the best way to get knowledge would be to acquire, like, to live forever, right? If you're immortal, you can pick up information forever. And where she's at, like, in her tea party world or whatever, she's not able to acquire knowledge. So you would think that would be something that would be hurtful for her. But I was wondering how she knew all this information. She gave part of her being, or part of herself, into this Ryuzu, right? So that's how she's able to get this. I don't know how exactly she's getting the information. Like, is she living through these people? Is she able to see? That was the only thing that's a little iffy from this, the way it's explained. But somehow she's able to gather this information from these copies. And then it's like having a mini army, really, of all these Ryuzus. But Subaru using this information or even being able to get there is really from, I mean, we already know he has to die. He has to go through all this trauma to be able to move on and keep going. But something he said near the end of the episode actually makes a lot of sense. He said something, it's not exactly word by word from word, but he said something to the effect of that he has to be the one to endure the pain. He's the one that has to do it. He's the one. Mostly he's the one that has to do it so other people don't have to suffer. He remembers, right? He's the one that has to bear that burden. And yeah, that really makes sense when you think about it, because these guys would be experiencing, even if they weren't reliving, right? Or they weren't like doing what he does, he dies, comes back. Even if they would have to experience this loss, whatever, and every time Subaru's died, someone's died, something bad has happened. So if it continued, they would have to suffer. So by Subaru doing this and restarting, no one has to suffer in his mind. Which makes me think, like, I mean, technically he's restarting, right? But the people are still suffering during that time, like when that's happening. If he's restarting, does that mean their suffering just goes away and it's non-existent? If you think about, like, I don't know, it's probably because I've seen some time travel type shows. Like you think, yeah, he's restarting, right? But is it like a timeline thing? Is it like do those words? I'm going over my tongue here. Do those, like, those worlds, like, do they exist still? Like, do those people, when he restarts, do those people still go on, or is it more of just one open world where like a game, once it's restarted or whatever, it's it's just back to the checkpoint. That world didn't matter at all, like a game. That's what I've been thinking that through the whole series. But this was when he said about suffering, I'm like, technically, if these people still kept going on, they're technically still suffering and still having to endure that pain. But in this, I mean, I guess that's just a lot of overthinking. I don't know. But and then also what they were talking about, what some of the other characters are suffering, and how both Subaru and the other guy and Garfield are a little bit more similar than Garfield would think. I think there was a lot of and you guys can kind of explain that to me in the comments if you'd like. I haven't rewatched that part yet. But I think what was said is Garfield is like a former lover, and like it went really fast. And if I'm wrong, just shout at me in the comments. It's fine. But from what I got at the end, something about a former lover. Does that mean he's a former lover of like a former lover? Like echidna, lover of echidna? And does that mean Garfield's super old? This is the only part that I feel like I missed in the episode. I'm gonna go rewatch right afterwards, and maybe I'll be able to write it in the comments or something. But you guys let me know if you've watched this part. You guys let me know. Explain that part to me. I would completely appreciate it. I'm going to rewatch to make sure I didn't miss anything, but that's what I got from that. Like because it said something about him. All I remember reading was former lover, and that if it was echidna, that makes sense, but doesn't make sense because that would be years and years, But he knows about everything, right? And they were kind of talking about that, about him having a connection with that and knowing the same type of information, probably why he's protecting that place and everything. And he's so frustrated all the time. But yeah, it would be good to know more context about that. But anyway, I do want to get this out, so I do appreciate you guys watching this. If you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, smash that like button, hit that notification bell. You can also check out my Patreon at patreon.com/ajrich123. If you want to support the channel, you want the uncut reaction of this episode or all the other episodes of this show or the other shows I do, check it out. I'd appreciate it. Twitch.tv/ajrich for streams. You can join our Discord. That's down below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.